Have all the Bruins gear back on, new practice facility here, checking it all out.
Yeah, when I came here the first day on Wednesday, I had to kind of figure out how to get in this place. But obviously, real nice to be back. Real nice, like you said, to be back. In the Bruins colors and skating with all the guys again. So good couple days here to end off the week into the weekend, and just excited for everything to get going here.
I know you've been here back as an Oiler into this facility, but you not as a Bruin. You've seen behind the scenes and everything. How amazed are you at the improvement of the practice facilities?
Yeah, it's obviously great. I mean, they did a wonderful job building a first-class facility, and from everything from the dressing room to the food to the training room and to the weight room and all that type of stuff. It's definitely second to none, and it's really great to see. It's really great to experience this, because I think I was 1 year off of this new practice rink. So now to call this home and be here on a day-to-day basis, it feels really good.
Have you had a chance to catch up with Marchand yet?
Yeah, I did actually. First couple of days got a chance to catch up with Marchand. Actually, Marchand did the old. I was in the neighborhood and just popped in one of the first days we were here. So, great to see, great to reunite with him. I said it this summer. Me and him, we have a long connection. Being drafted in the same draft together, being the same age, and obviously doing what we've done together. So. I had to throw a little jab at him and tell him, he is the oldest guy on the team now, because he does have me by a month. But yeah, it's just great to be back with him.
What are you hoping to bring to this team?
Obviously, when you lose guys, there's opportunity for other guys to step in certain roles, and for me, obviously, I think it's more of a leadership role, physical role, and just being myself on a day-to-day basis. And those are the talks that I had with the management group and the coaching staff, and most of all, just bring what I bring on a day-to-day basis, and that's having fun, being in the NHL, but also when it's go time, it's go time. So so as a veteran guy now, it was funny. I said this. One of my good childhood friends dropped me off with his Ford F-350 because I had so many bags coming here. First time I came to Boston, I came with one bag, a hockey bag, and my sticks. And this time around, it was 23 bags and 3 kids and all that. So it's a different time in my life, but. I definitely think I could still bring a lot to this team and organization.
How quickly did the unit come together when you first heard that there might be a possibility?
Obviously, I wanted to have as many conversations as I could. Being a UFA, just to see what opportunities were out there and what was going to be the best fit for me. And after weighing out all my options and all my opportunities, I just felt like. This was going to be the best one for me, and just to add to it, just to be a part of the century season here, that the centennial year, it just it adds, it just made it more tempting to come back to Boston, and I said it all summer long. It just feels right, every time I wear this logo and support these colors. So to have that opportunity again, it became a no-brainer as I got closer to July 1st.
Do you remember where you were when you started the Bruins register?
Yeah, I was actually on Hermosa Pier, dropping off my oldest daughter at her junior lifeguard. So that's where I was, and that's when I first got the call from Don.
How important?
How does? You know what? They've really enjoyed it so far. We've only been here since Sunday morning. My older two were both born here, but obviously they don't remember really much about Boston. So to bring them back to, I guess, their Bostonian roots is cool too. And they made a comment the other day. They loved it here so much that they said they never wanted to leave. So that's obviously a good thing. And hopefully that it stays that way.
You're obviously well versed in the culture that's just been built here over the last 15 years. Started with you and Z and Bergie and all the guys that won back in 2011. How important do you view that, keeping that culture going now that Bergeron and Krejci have retired, and sort of carrying that torch, the veteran guys in here that know what that's all about?
Yeah, for sure. And I think for me, that's probably one of the biggest things coming back is to kind of keep that culture and that identity, I guess, going in this locker room. And like I said, when you lose guys like those leaders, like you mentioned, gives other guys like myself opportunity to step up and carry the torch. So I think that's a big part of my job this year coming in. And like I said, you got to have fun with it. You got to look forward to it, even though it's a big responsibility. And that's my mindset with it going into this year.
I know you've kept in touch with Pasta a lot. You got to play with McDavid too. You see what Pasta's done over the years. Do you put them in the same upper echelon of elite players?
Yeah, obviously, yeah. Different players, much
Right.
different players, but what Pasta's been able to do the last couple of years has been really impressive, and to see him grow. I was fortunate enough to play with him his rookie year as an 18-year-old, and that stretch that we had, as line mates, we had a lot of fun playing together. And not only that, he was coming over every day for dinner, and I was cooking him dinner that as an 18-year-old, to see him grow into a top 5, top 10 player where you can put him in both has been really awesome to see. So excited to be back with him as well. I think he's definitely up there with the tops of the league, like you said, with McDavids and Matthews and Dreisaitl's and all those guys. So you don't score 60 goals by accident.
Yeah.
And but now he's got some pressures moving ahead with a new contract and all that type of stuff. But he's the type of guy that has the personality that'll keep it going and keep that high level of play.
Did you see any of that? When you played with him as a rookie, did you say this kid's got something special?
Yeah, I definitely saw. I saw the hockey sense. I saw that he was more than just a pure scorer.
Mm-hmm.
I think because he scores so many goals, I think people kind of sometimes identify him as just the goal scorer. But he does make plays. He's got great hockey sense. Talking about identity, I think he's learned how to play both sides of the puck. As far as his defensive game. So yeah, it's been great to see him grow.
A lot of guys on the depth chart, looking to carve out roles in a spot. What do you make of all the internal competition heading into camp here?
It's great. I think it's really great. It's what you want in a team. It's what you want in an organization. I think when you have young guys pushing the older guys, it pushes us older guys to be better and be our best. So to have that competition is what makes it a good team even better.
What's the single best thing about being back here in Boston, as far as like a place that you like to eat, a place you like to go every day, like somebody that you see every day now that you missed or whatever? What's the best thing?
To be honest, it just feels like it just feels like I'm home again. That's probably the best way to put it. I could say a restaurant or a place or something like that, but at the end of the day, it just feels like I've come back home, and that's the feeling that I've felt so far being here since Sunday.
What do you think those years in Boston previously, in terms of a foundation, not just for your career but for your life? What did that teach you, and what did you take on to the rest of your career and to your life?
It's funny. Part of that foundation was, what I just talked about was younger guys pushing the older guys. And when I got here, we had the best defenseman with Zdeno, and then you had young guys like myself and Kretsch and then eventually Marchand and you can even throw Bergie in that mix because he's not that much older than me and Kretsch. So we were young guys, pushing the older guys, and the older guys were in their prime and doing their thing, and then with Timmy and Tuukka and them doing what they did, it was the foundation was always earned. I think the thing that we always talked about was earned, not given, and that's something that I've always kept with me and always thought about as I went through 3 other organizations and in my life too, and you talk about those lessons that you learn and things that you try to pass on to your children and all that type of stuff, and that's definitely one of them.
So that first year, did you, as you go through camp and the first parts of the season, did you know that you belonged here, that you would stick for the whole?
You know what? That first year, I like I said, I packed one bag and I had my hockey gear and that was it. And I just came off of winning a Memorial Cup in Vancouver with the Giants, and I was more in the mindset of, okay, I'm gonna go have a good camp, leave a good impression, and go back and try to repeat, back in junior. And as cuts went on, and I never got a call or a knock on my hotel room or anything like that. And eventually, I was here till May. So, what I like I said, I came with the attitude to just leave a good impression, and obviously, ended up being a good enough impression to stay the whole year, and it turned into a really, really good 8 years. So, kind of the same sort of feeling, coming in. I know like I said, different points in my life, but definitely want to come in and just, make a good impression and be a good team guy and have a really good year.
Commissar could wish you'd gone back.
That's a question for him. Yeah.